Hello everyone, to Fudge 3004 here. Welcome back to another episode of Space Engineers. We need to put on a few more things before we're actually ready to take this thing out. One of those things is, let's go and put a beacon on. That way it's easier to find. Should we actually go a little bit farther away than where we think it is, we can at least find it that way, and that will actually help out a lot. Always remember to put a beacon on any of your ships that you have. Okay, I need 3 more radio components. I thought I only needed 1, but apparently I needed more. Alright, we'll just get those real quick and then we will be able to go. I thought I was prepared, but apparently I wasn't as prepared as I thought I were. Okay, we'll do this. We'll put on a ore detector because we're going to need that. I'm going to put the ore detector right here. I'm going to have them facing down, and then we're going to put on some spotlights. That way we can see what we're doing and where we're going. That's going to help out a lot. Okay, let's do number 1, and let's face him like, oops. This right there, we'll build him. Now, we could put on like a rotor and attach another rotor piece to a large rotor piece, but I understand it's a pain, and then we can have the big one. But I'm not going to worry about that for right now. We will build a bigger one a little bit later on, but for right now, we're just going to do this small one to see if we can find any cobalt anywhere, because that's really what we need to continue our next steps in this journey here on this planet that we're at. I knew you were going to fall down in there. I could tell the way that you were jumping. Come on, girlfriend. You can do this. No, you know what? You are being a pain. All right, let's get up there. There you go. I knew you could do it. We're going to put on some spotlights right here. Turn that around like that. And then we will get these built. And we're also going to have ice in our oxygen generator to be able to have power for our hydrogen engine. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to go very far. That's one thing that we're definitely going to have to be doing. And we have power in our ice, in our little ship over there. Our little lander. Oh, I was hoping he was still there. We do not have any ice in there. We do have a little bit of battery, but that isn't going to last too terribly long. So let me go and grab that ice real quick. That is in here. We'll grab out half of that. So we'll go ahead and let's do 3,000. I know that's not half, but that should be good for now. Then we got to get back up there so we can put that in, and then our hydrogen engine will be working too. Okay, let's go ahead and put the ice in here. Now, I think that'll only hold, okay, it's going to hold a whopping lot, but that will actually help us out a lot. And I have everything just, I don't know, turned up to maximum, but I don't have any mods to increase anything because I have no mods on this at all yet. Alright, now, as I said, I have learned a way to do this, and this is going to be the best way, I think. We can also put on third wheels if we need to here in the middle, but we're going to have to jack it up and be able to figure out how to do that. But for right now, I'm not going to worry about that. Let's go ahead and do number 8. Stand out of the way, and let's get this block right here. Alright, there's our rover. It is now down on the ground. I think that guy should be okay. I'm hoping he will be okay. Let me make sure he's not damaged. Good. He is a little low, but I don't think that's going to hurt anything. We will see when we go out and about doing our little cruising. Going up here may be a little bit of a challenge for it, but if we break it, then we'll just have to rebuild it. So maybe what I should do is go and build one more detector component and have that ready to go. And let's build one more detector component. Production, detector, inventory. Okay, we should have enough stuff on us to be able to do everything now. Girlfriend, you are not a very good jumper. You do know that, right? Okay, now, something's gonna be right in the way, isn't it? Yes, sirree, Bob. Let's get up on here, and then we'll jump off to the side. Maybe we'll get up on here, and then we'll jump off to the side. Or maybe we won't. You have to get this out of the way, too, but there we go. We actually made it. How do you like that? Let's get rid of this stuff, otherwise we're not going to be going too terribly far because everything's going to be right in the way and we'll get jammed up and break things, and I don't really want to do that. Worked way too hard on this to do that. Alright. There we go. Now it's free and clear. It's a little wide, but it'll work. We're not really going to be, going to a fashion show or anything. Let's get in it. Press Y, go to V. I don't know why. There we go. Probably because I was just structure's in the way. That's what it is. And so the parking brake will make you not move. So if you press P, it will lock the parking brake, and that's actually a good thing. That will keep you from not moving. But if you want to move, you're going to need to undo the parking brake. All right. Let's move forward. There we go, out of there. And then let's... Whoops. V. There we go. Okay, now I have all four wheels turning, and that's okay. And let's just go ahead and go around and see if we can find any cobalt. I'm going to do a little bit of driving. And I'm going to see if we have any cobalt anywhere around. I hope that we do. We're probably going to go over here and get some more ice. Put some ice in here. And it looks like there's a unknown signal over there. It really isn't too far away. I think we could probably go to that unknown signal. Let's go to that, grind that down, and we will see if we find any ore along the way. I will meet you guys over there at the unknown signal, unless of course something happens. Actually, we're almost there. I'll just wait until we get there. And I have had these things flip over, so just be careful that you watch your speed and you know how fast you need to be or not be going. That is very important, because if you go too fast, you may end up hitting something or going on a ledge that you can't quite, get away from and end up flipping it over or something. And then that's real fun to try to figure out how you're going to get this thing turned back over, and it's a real chore. Alright, P, that locks that in place. Let's go ahead and hit Y. That will shut down everything, and we'll hit F. Now when we get out, we're going to have to remember to leave that on. We can just shut off the engine, and that will help us out a lot. Cargo container, let's see what it has. Ooh, hey, we have a little bit of enhanced welder. That's good. Okay, let's have a button. Let's see what happens when we press that. Let's see what kind of special item we can get. Ooh, leopard gloves, alright. I think I already actually have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 of those. I don't know how many I have. I have quite a few. So I can always sell this stuff in the workshop or give it away or something. Bring this stuff down, and then we will go on to find more stuff. Trying to hit these things sometimes is a royal pain. Don't know why it has to be so finicky, but it does. Okay, I think we got all that, and even if we didn't, there's really not much there to really worry too much about. How are you doing, buddy? You're still doing pretty good. Good. Alright, let's hit Y again, and let's go around. I'm going to go look for some cobalt. And ooh, okay, there's the ice. We're right above that. Okay, good. I know it's right down here a little ways. We're still doing okay. We have 16 days worth of power, so that should last us for a little bit. And maybe this battery will get charged up a little bit in the meantime. I am going to go looking around for some cobalt. Hope we can find some. And if I find anything or whatever, I will come back to you guys and let you guys know. See you guys here in just a little bit. One thing that I am going to do is I'm going to change the steering a little bit. I only want the front wheels to steer. I don't know which ones are going to be the front wheels. So I'm just going to have to kind of go and see. Let's do this one and this one, and we'll make those not steering. Okay, and then we will use the A and D keys. Okay, wrong ones. Let's go back to here, go to here, and let's do that one steering and that one steering. Now let's see which ones they do. Okay, that's on one side. So you can see them move. So I only want the two front wheels to be steering. I'm going to go play around with this and figure out which ones are doing the steering. Alright, I got the two wheels to steer, so when I press the A and the D key, then only the front wheels are steering. That's actually really good for making sure that there are only a couple of wheels that you want to steer. Because sometimes you end up in bad places or you steer too fast or whatever, and I only want the front ones to steer, just like a real car, because that's kind of more what I'm used to. I'm sure the four-wheel steering is good if you're used to it, but I'm really not. So just wanted to point that out to you. You just got to go through, either grind them down so you know which ones are the front ones, grind them down to the point where they are broken or whatever, and then go from there and see if you can figure out which ones are doing the front steering or not. Going down over steep terrain like this can actually be a real big challenge to any rover, big or small, because they tend to go really fast, and if you're not constantly tapping the brakes to keep yourself from going too fast, you may end up flipping it over. When you do, you have a couple of choices. You can try to right it by putting on a whole bunch of pistons in different directions one at a time and seeing if you can lift it back up and flip it over, or you can also just grind it down and try to rebuild it and build a little platform to build it upon, or whatever it is that it takes to do it. Whatever you choose, just be mindful that the faster you go, the higher your chances of flipping. So just try to keep that, in your thoughts when you're driving the Rover. I'm out in the middle of a desert, and normally there's quite a bit of ore out here. You can see white spots every now and then, but I have not found a darn thing yet. So I'm going to be looking around, see if we can find something. I haven't found nothing yet. It's been pretty barren around here. Up ahead, there is a little bit of white. It's really faint, but you can see it if you look. And it tells me that there is a little bit of ore of some kind there. I don't know what kind, but I can see it in the ground. The desert and the ice are the best two places to actually find this. You can see it more clearly as we're driving up to it, and we're going to be seeing what kind of stuff is actually in here. Maybe there'll be something good. Okay, silicon, good. And looks like quite a bit of silicon. That's always good. And we may not find any cobalt out here, but hopefully we'll find some pretty good stuff. It's like mainly right now silicon, magnesium. I'm just gonna try to drive over. Oh, ice. Okay, good. Go forward now, slowly. We have ice, silicon, and magnesium, and that's actually really good. That's going to help us out quite a bit. We're only like 2 meters off the ground, so we're really, really low. Our ore detector is doing just fine. Press I and then go to control panel, and you can see how things are doing, if they're broken or whatever, from there. Let's drive over a few more of these patches and see if we can find some stuff. Excuse me. Looks like there is a few of the white patches out here. I'm not too sure what it is, but found a little bit. Not much, but a little bit, and that's always good. Looks like there may be some right over there too. Let's take a quick once over, back over a little bit of this area, and then we're going to try to find another area. Magnesium. And I'm going to go ahead and mark this area, and then that way I will know where it is. So if we do need stuff, then we will be able to come back here. But at least we did find a little bit of stuff right here. Alright, let's hit P, and let's go to I, GPS. And this will be area 5. So we will go to new from current position, DFJ1, A5. And then we will do silicon and magnesium and ice. Not ichor. Ice. Needs to be a comma right over here. Okay, now we have another area marked. Let's go and see if we can find some more stuff. If I do find anything, hopefully good, then I will let you guys know. At least we found a little bit of stuff, and that's actually good. I didn't know if there was going to be anything out here because driving over most of that sand, there was, well, zilch. There is uranium on the planets, I'm understanding, but I hear it's very deep, like 100 meters plus down. And this little ore detector isn't going to find it because it just doesn't have the range. And so we need to try to get something that might be a little bit bigger, a little bit better. Looks like there's some white area over here, maybe. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes. You just got to kind of... Oh, right here. A little bit of white. Okay, gold. That's good. That's really good, actually. We can't use it right now because we can't drill it. I mean, we can drill it, but we can't really process it or anything because we just have the basic refinery. But it is still a ore that we will need. So let's again go to I and GPS, and then we will do another one. Okay, got the gold marked. Now, let's go and see if we can find anything else. I'm going to head up over this way and maybe see if there might be something over here. I'm hoping to find like a lake or something, or an ice lake, and just see if maybe there may be something that we can get, you know, find some more on there, because going to the flat is going to be a lot safer for us. Unfortunately, you can go really, really fast because there's nothing to gauge how fast you're really going. Looks like there might be maybe a little bit up here. It's kind of really hard to tell. Let me pan down. Remember to use your Alt button to look around. You have to hold Alt down. See if we can drive between these rocks here and just see if there's anything down here. Hopefully the battery will be charging up here pretty soon, but that little engine isn't exactly going to do a lot for it. And we might end up having to put like some solar panels or something on here, but we are a long ways away from base. Looks like I'm seeing a little bit of white spottage out here, but I'm not 100% sure. It is really hard to tell. You can also use spacebar to stop, and you can hold down spacebar and you will stay stopped. So that's actually another way to stay stopped. Especially if you don't want to like get out and look around. You just want to take a quick, you know, look-see with your mouse. I'm going to scroll back a little bit so maybe I can see, and let's do a little bit more looking around. Alright. Found iron again, so we have some more iron. I'm probably not going to mark this place because we have some that's really close to us, but ooh, nickel, good, that's going to help us out quite a bit. I saw something else, but maybe not, so we're going to probably mark this just because it is the nickel. Oh, there it is. Alright, we found it. Alright guys, we finally found some cobalt. Sweet. Now I'm going to try to find out exactly where it is. And so I'm going to go to I, and let's just shut off this hydrogen engine for right now, because we're going to be running out of stuff in it in just a little bit. We're already out of ice, and so the engine is taking all of that. We'll just leave it running, I guess. Let me get out, and let me go over there and just see if I can locate exactly where the cobalt is and the quickest way down to it. That's actually not too far down. So it looks like right about there is going to be the lowest point. Let me go to I again. We're definitely going to mark this. Let's go to new from current position, and let's go ahead and do this all over again. This is A7. Cobalt, since that's the most important one, I'm going to go ahead and make that one first. Nickel, and then iron. Alright, now we need to go down and drill for some cobalt. What I'm going to do is just go ahead and back up a little bit, and then I'm going to go and see about drilling down there. I'm going to go and shut off the Rover. Maybe I'll move it a little bit closer just so we don't accidentally lose it or anything. Okay, let's go right over here. And then let's go to P, and then we'll go to I, and we'll shut off the engine real quick. Control panel, engine, and okay, current output 0 because I don't know why. Let me go to battery, and let's just go ahead and turn that to recharge. Okay, now that engine is actually going to be recharging that, or so I think. Okay, there's 16,000, 16,000, so that means that we're actually out of energy right now because only the engine is helping us. So we'll just get out of here. Alright, we have this right here, right in front of us, so it should be okay. Let me go and start getting some cobalt. As soon as I get down to the cobalt, I will catch up with you guys. See you guys in a sec. Alright, made it down to the cobalt. And let's just go ahead and start drilling us some cobalt. So they changed the cobalt to blue. I don't remember what it was before. It was kind of a blue, but they really made it a nice color now. So that's good. And we're just going to gather as much of it as we can. Of course, we're going to put stuff in our cargo container on the ship, and we're going to need a lot of resources. So we might as well just go and grab all of the other stuff that we can, and then we will head back over to our base and start getting this processed. Once we do, then we'll be able to build bigger and better things, and that's going to be amazing. I kind of made a long, winding, twisty tunnel. It goes back and forth and everything. Almost cut myself under, or undercut myself, or whatever it is. Okay, so we found the cobalt. That's good. That's really good. I like that part the best. Okay, let's go and put that in there, and we'll put that in there. Now, we can put a lot of the other stuff in here, and I think we probably should. That way we don't have to, worry about losing it. Plus, we will have a lot more room. That's going to help us out quite a bit, too. Alright, now we have a mostly empty inventory, and let's go back down and see if we can get some more. I almost undercut myself right here. You can see that there's a hole right there, and I almost did myself in. I could fly out, but once you run out of energy, or hydrogen or whatever, and you don't have an hydrogen bottle on you, then you're kind of not going to be going too terribly far, if you know what I mean. We can go over and get the gold too. We're just going to probably wait until we can build the bigger refinery and all that stuff, which means we probably ought to be setting up a base somewhere. I would like to find ice, like a lake or something, but now that we have this, we can at least maybe start making some sort of flying ship that we can go and find a nice place, and that's really going to help us out a lot more. gather up as much of this as we can again, and then we will go back out and we'll head back home and start putting this in the refinery and get this chopped up. I'm gonna go ahead and do some more of this, guys, and just before I head home, I'll come back to you. I'll see you guys in a minute. This is the nice big cobalt deposit, and there's quite a bit here. I've been drilling it out for a little bit, as you can tell, and I have like over 14,000 cobalt, plus I also have quite a bit of stone. What I'm planning on doing is probably building a large drilling facility over here. That way we can get lots of cobalt, lots of nickel, and we can like move it around and rebuild it, basically, is what we're going to do. We're going to drill a whole bunch of cobalt and a whole bunch of nickel and all that stuff. We will come back over here and do all of that. But first, we need to go back and start getting this stuff done, because we really do have a lot of stuff that we need to do. Okay, let's go to I. Let's go to control panel. Let's go and turn the battery back to auto. Okay. And let's head back home. Hopefully we'll be able to do okay. I just gotta remember to take it a little bit easy. And where it says respawn pod is where we are going. So let's go ahead and head back home. There's a lot of cobalt underneath here, as you can tell, because we still are hitting it, so that's good. So there's a huge deposit here. That's awesome. I'm actually gonna have to probably go and get some ice and everything to keep this hydrogen engine full, and then we will be doing a lot more of that kind of stuff. I'm gonna head back to where our respawn pod is, and I will catch up with you guys as soon as we get back there. On the way back home, I saw something, and I've seen it on another friend's server, and I don't think I've seen it on my server, but yeah, so there are rocks. It's just they are not very common. You will occasionally find them. I think I said something about maybe the rocks were gone. Well, they are mostly gone. They're not as common as they used to be. These big boulders that have the ore inside of them, they're still here, just not very common. And anytime I find one, I generally like to try to drill it and see if I can get quite a bit of the stuff out of it, just because we will be needing a lot more of those resources. I know I probably don't need as much nickel as we're going to have, but the nickel always comes in handy for motors and different things like that. So these rocks do exist. I just hadn't seen them for like ever, and so I thought they were gone, but they are still here. Alright, just made it back home. I did drill out a whole bunch of that nickel that I found in that rock, and I have quite a full loader on me right now, so let's go and put that in the refinery, and along with that little bit of stone. And then we're going to get out that cobalt. That's going to be one of the main things that we're going to be grinding up first, and then we're going to be looking for other stuff. Once we start getting quite a bit of the cobalt, then we're going to be able to make a lot of the thruster parts, to be the grids, to be able to make thrusters, and that's going to help us out a whopping lot. I know I picked up a lot of stone, but that's always useful, and now that they made stone a viable resource, that actually helps out a lot too. I would like to maybe, if we have the chance, go over some of the things on the steering, if we can do that for just a couple of quick minutes. Let me just continue putting this stuff in here, and then we can get that stuff ground up, and that's gonna be good for the next time. And I want to build a big drilling facility. That's gonna be good. We'll do it over there where that cobalt is, and then we'll be able to do a lot of stuff. But we're gonna need the big refinery to be able to do that, because we need big drills and everything else, and that's gonna be a process. Alright, so when you are looking at the wheels, you can come to any of the wheels. You can even just click on the whole thing if you want to. And you can see that they have steering, propulsion. So each of these wheels is going to do these things. And you can select which ones do what, like I did for mine. So that one, and I believe that one, are the back wheels that are not doing any steering. If I want them to invert the steering or invert propulsion, or not do brakes, or not have air shocks or whatever, I can change all of this stuff. And for the steering angle, you can see that you can change that right here: the power, the strength, the height offset, how higher up or down they are, the friction for how well it grabs, the speed limit. So 180 kilometers an hour, that's pretty freaking fast. Wheels will not be propelled over this speed. That's really fast. That's much too fast. Propulsion override and steer override. I'm not too sure exactly what these are, but the rest of them kind of do make sense. And so if you guys wanted to, play with it and stuff and see what's going on, then you know. You can also label each and every one of these, and for the beacon, of course, you can label that, and then just put that right in there. And also, if you wanted to change the small grid name right here, so you can do that, and that's all you got to do is go to Info, come to here, change the name to whatever you want to, press OK, back out of this by pressing I or hitting the X, and then when you come back in, it will have the new name up here, and you'll be able to see it, and the beacon will also have the name of whatever you put, and they can be two different names. Well, we found the cobalt, we found the nickel, we're starting to get that stuff ground up, and next time we're going to be able to do a lot more stuff, because we're going to be able to maybe even take maybe a bigger rover or something, maybe even just fly over there in a ship or something, and we can do that. We can fly in this. The thing is, we need to take out this seat and put in a cockpit, because passenger seats do not fly. You have no control over everything in the passenger seat. Once we put a cockpit on here, then we'll have to build quite a few more thrusters to be able to go forward, backwards, and side to side. Otherwise, we're just going to be flopping around and crashing and everything else, and that's not going to be so good. So, thank you guys for joining me here, and I hope you guys had a good time. I actually was not certain where any of the cobalt was, or if we were going to find any. Remember, if you can find a desert, that's one of the best places, and the ice is another really, really good place to find a lot of the ores. I'm going to continue putting this stuff in and grinding a lot of that stuff up, and you guys got to see the rover in action, and that's actually really good. That helps out a lot, and then you guys know that you guys can do this too. And the rover really is not hard to build. You can also build the big version, and you can raise it up as much as you want to. And you can put on like 6 wheels if you want to for more stability. Make it narrower if you want to. Make it wider. You can tuck the wheels inside a little bit so it's not quite so wide. You can build them however you guys want to. You just cannot steer it with a passenger seat. You have to have like a cockpit or something like that. If you have mods, some mods may have a seat that will allow you to do that, but most of the time you just kind of have to do it the way that it is designed in the game. Alright guys, thank you for joining me here, and I hope you guys have a great day. Remember to like, subscribe, and share on your favorite social media, and leave comments below about what you think and what I need to do, or maybe what I missed or whatever. And we should also be looking at adding some more power on here, because like I said, once you start building the bigger things, we're going to need to. But if we have another place we can find a better base at, then we'll just tear all of this down and build a base like over there or whatever, because we have ice, we have silicon, we have gold. Silver we can get, but we can always go over there, get a whole bunch of silver, and then take that over there with us. Alright, you guys have a great day. I am DeFudge 3004. This is Space Engineers, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.